Story 1, The Arena of Trials. In the galaxy's most prestigious combat academy, humanity was the newest and most underestimated species. Known for their frayed appearances and lack of natural defenses, the humans were relegated to janitorial roles while the real warriors trained. Cadet Marcus Lee, the lone human in the academy, endured endless ridicule. His alien peers, towering with claws, fangs, or bioluminescent armors, laughed at his puny frame. The Academy's highlight was the annual Arena of Trials, a team combat exercise to test every species' mettle. This year, as a joke, Marcus's team allowed him to join as cannon fodder. When the trial began, Marcus's human ingenuity shone, using strategy, adaptability, and quick reflexes honed through Earth's brutal combat simulators. He outmaneuvered the larger, slower aliens. By the trial's end, he stood victorious, his team in awe. The Academy never doubted humanity's strength again. Story 2, The Broken Soldier. Captured during an intergalactic skirmish, Captain Elena Vasquez was thrown into a gladiatorial pit to entertain her captors. Her alien opponents were massive, with weapons built into their bodies and senses far superior to hers. The audience sneered at her fragile appearance, even her cellmates pitied her. But Vasquez had something they didn't: training. Humanity had spent millennia mastering war, learning to adapt, and turning the tide even when outmatched. Her first match ended in seconds, a spinning takedown maneuver that left her opponent unconscious. The second match saw her exploiting the arena's terrain, luring her enemy into traps. By the time she faced the reigning champion, the crowd had fallen silent. When Vasquez emerged victorious, she stood tall, her battered form a testament to humanity's unbreakable will. Her captors now looked at humans with fear and respect. Story 3, The Mock Battle. The Galactic Coalition invited Earth to a series of wargames, designed to test every species' combat capabilities. Humans, being new to the Alliance, were assigned as observers, until a misunderstanding placed them in the field. General Ethan Cole led his small human unit against a coalition of alien forces. The aliens assumed victory was assured. Humans lacked the strength, technology, and numbers to compete. Cole smiled at their overconfidence. His unit leveraged guerrilla tactics, outmaneuvering the enemy with precision strikes and psychological warfare. They used terrain, feints, and ambushes to level the playing field. By the end of the exercise, the humans had not only survived but decisively won. The coalition was stunned. "You thought we were helpless?" Cole said, addressing the alien commanders. "Earth's history is written in blood. You've just read the prologue." Story 4, The Volunteer. When the Yanthari Empire demanded Earth provide a representative for their elite combat trials, the world sent Corporal Sarah Mason, a petite woman who didn't look remotely threatening. Her alien competitors towered over her, some exuding toxins, others covered in metallic exoskeletons. The spectators jeered as Sarah stepped into the arena, armed only with a simple combat knife. The first fight was over in seconds. Sarah dodged the lumbering blows of a Hulka brute, slashing vital points with surgical precision. The crowd gasped as the alien fell. As the rounds continued, Sarah's speed, precision, and sheer adaptability overwhelmed her opponents. While they relied on brute force or instinct, Sarah exploited their weaknesses, using years of human battlefield innovation to dominate. By the end, she stood as champion. The Yanthari no longer looked at humanity as fragile creatures but as predators in disguise. Story 5, The Trainee. On the starship Zorvax Prime, an exchange program allowed a single human, Private Tom Brenner, to train with the galaxy's most formidable soldiers. From the first day, Brenner was mocked for his small size, lack of claws, and inability to withstand the ship's gravity without an exosuit. But when combat drills began, everything changed. While his alien peers relied on their natural abilities, Brenner used ingenuity and training. He turned their size into a disadvantage, exploiting their overconfidence. He used teamwork, anticipating moves and coordinating with the simulation environment. The aliens, who initially dismissed him, soon began studying his methods. By the end of the program, Brenner wasn't just respected, he was feared. His instructors remarked that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or strength, it was their ability to learn and adapt. Story 6, The Showdown. When a rogue alien warlord challenged the Galactic Peace Council to a duel, the council refused, knowing they'd be annihilated. Earth, however, sent Sergeant James Connors, a former Special Forces operative. The aliens laughed when they saw him, a lone human facing the monstrous warlord, clad in armor bristling with advanced weaponry. The duel was expected to be over in moments. But Connors had other plans. Using skills honed in countless simulations and real-world battles, he evaded the warlord's attacks, analyzing his patterns. With precise strikes and clever use of the environment, Connors dismantled his opponent piece by piece. When the warlord fell, gasping in defeat, the crowd was stunned into silence. "That," Connors said, "is why you don't underestimate a human." Story 7, The Uprising. Humans were considered the weakest species in the Galactic Federation, relegated to labor roles on alien colonies. When rebellion broke out on the mining planet Azoroth 7, the alien overlords laughed at the idea of humans rising against them. The aliens were unprepared for what followed. Led by ex-soldier Diana Cross, the humans used guerrilla tactics, setting traps, ambushing patrols, and leveraging their environment. Cross trained the miners, turning their tools into weapons and their despair into determination. By the time the aliens realized the humans were a real threat, it was too late. The uprising had gained momentum, and Cross stood victorious, proving that strength wasn't about size or weapons but willpower and strategy. Story 8, The Pit Champion. Captured and sold to fight in an underground gladiator ring, Private First Class Mike Carter faced constant derision. The alien fighters towered over him, some with claws, others with energy shields integrated into their bodies. But Carter wasn't just a soldier, he was a Marine. In his first match, he dodged a hulking, six-armed adversary, using its momentum to send it crashing into the arena wall. His next opponent, a venom-spitting serpent, fell victim to his quick thinking and resourcefulness. By the time Carter reached the final round, the audience wasn't cheering anymore, they were cheering. When he defeated the reigning champion, Carter earned not just his freedom but the respect of every alien in the ring. Story 9, The Fleet's Secret Weapon. The Galactic Navy's joint combat simulations always ended the same way. The larger, stronger species dominated. Humans were considered dead weight in these exercises, rarely lasting more than a few minutes. That changed when Commander Emma Hayes led Earth's fleet. Instead of engaging head-on, she deployed unorthodox tactics, ambushes, decoys, and misdirection. She exploited the aliens' overconfidence, drawing them into traps and using smaller, faster ships to outmaneuver their massive battleships. The aliens were stunned when the humans emerged victorious. Hayes' strategy rewrote the Federation's combat doctrine, and humanity's ingenuity became their greatest weapon. "Helpless," Hayes said in the post-battle debrief, "we're just getting started."